Yeah, it was very strange. Basically, maybe I just talk like the few 4 images and then we have to run. But basically, this is like just a computer, which is basically designing the environment. This means like a 3D model, and then you put a force to the right, a certain wind, a certain gravity, a certain things. But basically, I like to understand like maybe the design of certain environment that then that you modulate some kind of forces or some kind of you control some kind of parameters, but then at the same time the result is kind of unpredictable also, what it came up to the final result. I will not go on, but basically I think so a little bit the experiment I will do today is like a little bit talk about the material which is called aerogel, and a little bit what we can do. Maybe I do it right away. Well, I don't know if you want to film here, then you can see it a little bit closer. But I think so you should get very close to the table. This might be better. But basically, I mean, these are the drawing, the Nazca drawing in Peru, and they were making by pre-Columbian civilization. And this 2,000 years ago, and basically there was a German who was trying to analyze how these drawings have been made. And then, for example, there are some lines which are like 20 kilometers straight, and even by the cosmology and all the understanding of the cosmos and all the orientation of the building that they have been doing, they could not figure it out how to make like a straight line 20 kilometers straight. And then they found a terracotta in Peru, which there was a drawing of the tetrahedron balloon, basically it's this one. And then in 1973, National Geographic make an expedition there, and they built a tetrahedron balloon, which is basically a pyramid upside down. And for this point is like the first civilization who was able to put a man in the air, which for me it's kind of incredible, no? That they make such a incredible technological or whatever machine to then make a drawing which they were not able even to see the drawing, no? It's like and then somehow all this part is also forgotten, and we cannot see from the Earth today. It's a little bit like this story, like maybe to put in the kind of question, it's like there is in the book of Stanislav Lev, I think so, he's writing, that we are trying to build like a telescope to see if there is life in another planet. This is a beautiful sample. And then the first year they build it this size. Next year they make it a bit bigger. Next year it's bigger. Until the moment the telescope is so big that the other ones see first our telescope that we the other ones, no? And yeah, I don't know, it's kind of this situation. Okay. Anyway, but I go on. Okay, aerogel is, there is the 7 worldwide records for aerogel. It's the lightest solid material on Earth. It's a nanotechnology. It's very, very thin. It's like the property which basically I'm interested more is like it's very light. It's the best thermal isolator, and it could be transparent, translucent. And then what I'm working a little bit is between sometimes a little bit science and technology in really a materialistic way. Is like why we do not apply this material for lighter than air technology. And with this way I make patent application that turn out to be like open source, and in this way there's kind of turn like to be a kind of hopefully collaborative project with which we could reshape and understand certain things. Yeah, a little bit is like a, and this is maybe, I mean, these are the drawing of Fraiotto, which is another great person who inspired me. Maybe, are we ready to show the experiment? Well, it's just like an aerogel, which I cover this paper. And then it's just like a regular water. No? Uh-huh. Maybe it was some. Can we see it from there? Well, if you can see the water, what's... I don't know, it's kind of getting better. It became like a mercurio, no? It's like a, see, and you can split it again, and then it change the superficial tension, basically, and then the size of the drop of water, it can get bigger. And then let's see if we can see some kind of relation with the work. Well, Bucky, and when he was thinking about the project, which is down there, is like a Cloud 9, which basically I think, so what you will realize what is covering the water around it is like depending of the temperature of the room, no? What's happened is after a while, and maybe at the end of one presentation, the water will evaporate and you will see the skin which was all around the water. This means that the changing of the temperature will change also the experiment. And in this way, it's like how Bucky was thinking. Yes? This is called aerogel, this one, yeah. Yes. This was invented 70 years ago. I didn't invent it. Yeah, I got 5 minutes, great. But basically, I mean, the project of Bucky is like with 1 degree of temperature, when you have a sphere of 1.2 miles, it will be able to elevate in the air just with 1 degree of temperature. This means also during the night, the building will be able to suspend. And I like also this unconscious moment of thinking that just only by the breathing of yourself inside the building will change your perception of the point of view where you are standing, because in this case, the building will go up. And maybe just I just show you like just few ideas. This is kind of more political and social understanding of how this could be built. Well, it's run pretty fast. Okay, maybe this was just like a space who react, I mean, just because of the nature of being inflatable, it, this kind of butterfly effect that, I mean, you being affected by the movement of the other one is something which is very simple, but when you open the door, the guys which were on top, they fall down in your head. And then, someone jumping in the corner from one room, you were not able to realize, but somehow you cannot stand anymore in one situation. And it's something which, it changed a lot, the interaction between the people. And I mean, and then maybe it goes back to this work a little bit in this case, which basically it's, aerogel is it's just air. It's like the same of the watermelon, but when you let evaporate the water. And in this case, it's made of with alcohol and let evaporate the other. But then the other one is like, I was 5 minutes far away. This is a project. This is one of the few prototype which is a solar balloon. It's made out of trash bag, fly only with solar energy. There is no burner, no helium, and it lifts a person in the air. So they can do it yourself. Well, I love to see Olafur labs with these flying gardens and with Tilancia airplanes and all this kind of story, how we can build kind of these biospheres, where it was also like a kind of. Now the memory starts to be slow, the computer, which has not spin out more faster than this. It's getting a bit slow. This is one of the modules, no? What I'm thinking is like could be like a 60-meter diameter. When you join them together, you could get like 200 meters diameter, and then by the solar energy could lift it up. It's a bit the iridescent foil, which basically will be like a solar panels attached to it. Basically, this is another patent application also, no? There is a kind of invention of how you can build a lighter than air technology. Basically, what I'm doing is like when you make a patent, it's like after a while, which have been like a worldwide publicized, you can have profit and everybody can use it without asking me permission or without. In this way, I find kind of interesting this kind of Wikipedia phenomenon of how people are building something even which the knowledge of what is inside is kind of, but I'm interested in this kind of phenomenon. No? And I think so also there is a beautiful text of when you change the scale of the project, when you make something, and when we are thinking about the possibility to build a flying city, there is a scale possibility. For example, you cannot scale something is what's happening to the girl who was before here, when she was trying to make a dome and trying to make it 5 meters diameter with a kind of bone which was not working. There is a moment that the structure by itself needs to change completely. And this is why a little bit when we are thinking about to build a flying city or something like this, it's a little bit this project which I think so I'm trying to end the presentation. But I think so I don't want to run out of the time. And thank you very much.